Welcome, class, to lesson 8-6. Today, strong mathematicians can add and subtract angle measures in the real-world situations. So you can take out your notebook, your pencil, write down today's date, the name of the lesson, and let us begin. So as our notes review, angles, vertex, degrees. Right angles, very important, 90 degrees. Straight angles, 180 degrees. Acute angles 0 to 90 and obtuse angles 90 to 180. We can put angles together to form different measurements as we learned about in our last lesson. And right into our problems today. So box 2 examples, here we go. The ski jumper shown makes angles with her skis as shown. Add that little letter in there, shown, there you go, shown, period. What is the sum of the angles? Well, it says use an equation. That's the important part. We know equations have variables. So you'd have x equals 55 degrees, which is the acute angle from the ski to the person right there, plus 125 degrees, which would be the obtuse angle from the back of the ski to her leaning forward. And when we add those together, x equals, you guessed it, 180 degrees, which makes the straight angle of the ski. So you can pause that video if you want to draw the skier, that'd be great, just for dramatic effect, and show how there's angles with people and skiing. So write that down to help you out. In the simple bridge structure below, it looks like some of my formatting has changed, so we'll just slide this over right now. There you go. And we'll slide this over a little more. In the simple bridge structure shown, the measure of angle RSV is 30 degrees, and angle VST is a right angle. What is the measure of RST? So RSV, so R, S, and V right there, so this angle is 30. And angle VST, so this angle from here to here is 90. So we'd have, so X is writing equations, equals 30 degrees from our first angle, plus our 90 degrees from our other angle, which would then tell us the x equals 120 degrees, which would make sense. The angle right here would incorporate this 30 plus this 90 to give us 120 degrees. So what is the measure of angle RST? 120 degrees would be the measurement. So let's look at different pictures and see now, when we look at shapes to find what are the angles and how we look at things like that. This circle right here represents all of the students in a class. Each section represents the students in the class who chose a certain type of animal as their favorite type of pet. The angle measures for some sections are given. So first off, what is the total angle measure for a circle? Well, if we think of what a circle is, we know that a circle is a circle is 360 degrees. So that would be a whole circle. So if we started right here and we went all the way on the outside, we came back, that would be 360 degrees. So we know that some of this is already accounted for. So I'm just going to work my way backwards because a circle is round, so we can go either way. So I know if we start right here, and this is our mark, and we go from here to here, well, we know that dog is 150. And we know from here to here is 60. And then we know from here to here is 85. So we know 3 of the 4 parts of the circle. So what does that mean? How would we solve this? Well, we just start with our big part, and we start to subtract. So we start with 360, and the first thing we do is we're going to subtract the dog part, and that's going to be 210 degrees left. So that means from right here all the way over is 210 degrees. But now we're going to take away 60 from the horse section, so we're going to subtract 60 more, and now we're left with 0. This would be a 1, make this 11, this would be 50, 150 degrees. So now when we take away this section from here, so now we're from here to here left, this one equals 150 degrees. So notice we keep taking away parts of the circle that we already know. So now we have 150 minus our last part of 85 for the cats that we haven't talked about yet. This would turn to a 4, make this a 10. 14 minus 8 would be 6. So that means that this part from here to here, which we did not know, our fish was 65 degrees. And just to make sure if we weren't positive that we subtracted correctly, we could add up all of our different measurements, and when we add them up, what should they equal? Hopefully you're saying they should all equal 360 degrees. So to answer our question, what is the angle measurement for the fish section? Our angle measurement for the fish section was 65 degrees. So you can pause the video and write down that circle and break it down and see how we slowly put together the pieces to make the entire whole circle. And now you can draw a big line on your piece of paper. Now it's box 3. Now it is your turn to shine. Remember, you want to use an equation. So remember, equations start with variables that you're trying to solve, and they also need labels when you're done. In the roof framework shown, angle ABD and angle DBC have the same measure. What is the measure of angle DBA? What is the measure of angle ABC? So there's a lot of going on, a lot of different angles. So I would pause in our strategy of reread the question again to help you out, and then go to work. I'm looking forward to see what you come up with as your answer. In the roof framework shown, looks like a lot of roofing, a lot of building things it looks like. The measure of one angle is 80 degrees. What is the unknown angle measure? So notice there's a question mark right there. What is that angle? Interesting that you only have one angle given. Can you use what you know about angles to help you out there? And last but not least, a great place that I like to rely on is a reclining chair. You can push back from an upright position to sit at an angle in the chair shown. The whole angle between the back of the chair and the seat of the chair is 130 degrees. Can you find the unknown angle measure to find out by how much the chair is reclined from upright? So that little question mark right there, can you figure out what is that angle of the question mark? Notice they gave you a little hint, even though they only have nothing measured, they do have one labeled for you. Wink, wink. So good luck on this problem. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to write them down or share them out. If you have any strategies that help you, make sure you share those as well. And thanks again for another great lesson.